I'm saying I discipline them by putting them in the corner, taking away the gadgets or whatever.
Right,
but
right.
she was like, so how do you talk to them? I said, I curse a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know, and my kids catch me and they put me like, hey, Dad, like, could you not like talk to me like that? And I'm like, who you talking to? Like, I'm the adult, but at the same time, I gotta remember, like, you are like fragile.
Yeah.
You're like glass in my hand. Like,
See,
you know
I'm
what I'm
glad
saying?
you
You're
said
something
that.
fragile.
Yeah.
And I have to remember that.
Right.
Like, I just went over this the day before yesterday with my son breaking the PlayStation. I came home and I flipped out.
Yeah.
You know, although we spent like $1,000 on, you know, the games and the controllers and stuff, it was like, God was like, yo, it's materialistic things. You're getting mad at something that can come back. But let's say you go to sleep and your son don't wake up.
Yeah.
You can't get that love back. You can't get that smile back.
Absolutely.
You can't get those little hugs that little boy give you back.
Yeah.
So I need you to be more mindful of what you say to these kids. So this is something that I'm practicing and working on doing with them and trying to get them to understand, like, when you're going through something, I need you to, like, let me know. Like, if you don't know something, ask.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, kids are afraid to, like, speak up and voice themselves because as adults, we do shut kids down.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? We tell them,
right.
because when we were growing up, it was sit the
Do as
fuck
I
down,
say,
shut the hell up, don't do nothing, don't touch.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm a little kid that wants to explore the world. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
you're not establishing a good relationship that way. You know, you got to understand too, and myself included, bro. There's times where I get upset at work, or you know, when I'm, you know, I have, you know, going through rough things in my life, situations, and you need to understand, just because they're smaller than you does not mean that they're not worthy of the same amount of respect.
Exactly. Yep.
You know? And if you feel yourself, 'cause words hurt, bro. People say sticks and stones.
I think
break
words
my bones,
hurt
worse
than a punch.
I saw this.
I'd rather you punch me.
Yeah. This dude made a good quote, right? His name is Maxwell Jordan. He's like an Illuminati historian, and I was listening to one of his lectures on YouTube, and he said when you put S in front of words, they become swords. Because words are sharp.
Yeah.
And when you're in the heat of an angry moment, or your emotions is high, and you say things out of anger.
Yeah. You can't. It's like
can't
putting stuff on the internet. You can't take it back.
Yeah.
It's out there now.
It's like once you take a sheet of paper and crumple it up,
it's always gonna have those wrinkles in it.
You can't smooth it out again, bro.
Yep.
Know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's listen, people, that's very true, man. So if y'all parents out there dealing with y'all kids and it's hard, just find a different outlet.
Yeah.
Find a different way to, like, you know, voice yourself to them. Because, like, I be feeling like mad convicted.
Yeah.
After I feel real bad, like, you know. But at the same time, as a parent, when we go back to that, you know, that masculinity and all that, is as a father, I have to be stern.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But understanding, like we said earlier, there's no instructions on how to be a good mom or how to be a good dad. You know, you do the best that you can. And I think, like, if you're doing your best, then pat yourself on the back. If that's what you feel. But if you know that you could do better, you know what I'm saying? Go harder.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Challenge yourself. Question.
Exactly.
And you know, do some soul searching and analyze yourself.
Exactly.
You know, I had to do that myself before. You know, I was in a dark space a long time ago. You know, I was dating a female. I was with this girl, and you know, I was in love with her. And make a long story short, she got an abortion behind my back, and this was about 12, 13, 14, 15 years ago, somewhere around there. And that was my one and only time that I ever put my hands on a female. Because I can't really, I'm pretty articulate, but I just can't find the words to explain how that made me feel.
Right.
And then
crap.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, when I did that with my wife, although at the moment it was like, F it.
Yeah.
After it was all said and done, the consequences hit me harder than anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was like a whooping that I've never given myself.
Yeah.
You know, you beat yourself down till there's nothing left.
Yeah.
You know, and that's to be an alcoholic, and I just want to add this in there, to be an alcoholic and have these emotions make things worse.
Absolutely.
So I just had to throw that in there. So if you are dealing with an addiction, understand you find yourself in these dark places, but you find yourself getting more drunk.
Yeah.
Drinking more liquor, or smoking more crack, or sniffing more coke, or whatever it is your substance abuse is. Like, because now you know you made this mistake, but now you have to cover up that mistake.
Yeah.
And the way you go back to doing what you was doing, it's like you're not getting nowhere.
It just exacerbates itself. You know, is ultimately what happens. And you know, it took me a while. I had to really go into recluse and go into some deep solitude, bro. And I realize now, like, you know, I don't harbor any hatred or resentment towards her, you know.
Yeah. Things
happen for a reason. And
yo, and I could so relate to you, man. And I think it was 05, yo. You know, I was dating this Filipino girl.
Yeah.
And she did the same thing. And I was like on the phone, like, because she had other dudes around her. And I'm like, yo, you pregnant, chilling with other dudes, and you ain't tell me nothing?
Wow.
But at that point, when I had made that call, she had already got the abortion. How I found out was I called her job.
Yeah.
And was like, has she been to work and stuff? They was like, nah, she hasn't been to work. She was out with us drinking the other night and all this stuff. I'm like, so I called her back and I was like, yo, did you get an abortion?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And 3 months down the line, I haven't seen you, haven't heard nothing from you, and you're not woman enough to come to me and tell me your reasons for doing this. Like, I didn't have no say-so or nothing. Like, you just snatched something from me. Like, it was like, you know what I mean? Like, I understand she wanted us to stick together, and you know, but at the end of the day, we talking about a life here. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't down with none of that. You know, I don't approve of that. You know what I'm saying? I hard to say, because some people fall in unfortunate situations where if they were raped or molested and they end up pregnant with something, they stuck with something or whatever. You know, even then it's like hard to decide what do you do in that situation. That's a very sensitive topic. Really, you know what I'm saying?
It really is.
But understanding, like, even at that time in that anger, that's how I felt. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like, I lost a piece of me. And, you know, when you do lose a piece of you, you just tend to, like what you said, go into solitude. You drift away, basically. Like, you don't even care about life. Or you
got to cry it out, you know, let it be. You know, so fellas, if you need to cry, cry, man.
Yeah, don't.
There's nothing gay about crying. There's nothing soft about crying.
At all.
You know, when you're in touch with your emotions and who you are as a person, that's what, to me, that's commendable.
That's creating the best in you. That's the real you coming out.
It really is.
You know what I'm saying? Because I know a lot of dudes out here who say, you know, they hard and all this other stuff, but inside I know they soft as pudding.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I've never been the one to hide a tear.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I'm feeling some type of way, I'm going to express to you how I feel. Yeah. And how you take it is up to you. You know what I'm saying? But as long as you know how I feel, I'm okay with it. You know what I'm saying? It just has to come to a point where, like, you say to yourself, when am I gonna be real with me and stop lying to myself?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I think most men suffer with that. You know what I mean? And marriages, job placements.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, where I work at, there's guys over like 40, 50 years old, and they've been at this same job since they were like 18.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Miserable. I go in there and they're miserable.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no way in hell I'm going to be this in 10, 15 years. I can't see myself doing something that I don't enjoy just because somebody tells me you got to man up and this is what you got to do.
Nah.
Hell to the nidar.
Nah.
Not happening.
And it's, you know, like we was talking the other night, you know, it's a lot of people like that in this society. They hate their job. They hate what they do. We see on Facebook, I can't wait till Friday. Oh, here's Monday, and blah blah blah. You know, that's miserable, bro. That's sad.
Oh, man.
That's just crazy to me, bro. But
if you're not happy, I'm gonna say this: if you're not happy, I suggest you find some sort of happiness. Find something that makes you happy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we live in fear way too much, people. Like,
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? We put these standards up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Way too high. Our expectations are way too high for ourselves.
And a lot of times unrealistic.
Yeah.
You know? A lot of times unrealistic. But see, this is a society. This is by design. You know what I mean? This is intended that way. We're talking about money.
Yeah. So what was you saying? Money.
Yeah, money and like the way people are so miserable in their jobs, and this is all by design, bro. I struggled in school, bro. I had so much difficulties in high school, and I dropped out. I barely got my GED. And now in my 30s, I realize now, like, I know why school was so difficult for me, because it's designed to rob you of your autonomy and your individuality, and suppress your critical thinking skills. They teach you just to be an employee, buy a house.
You're a trained slave.
Yeah, precisely.
I'm gonna keep it all the way a buck. A lot of y'all won't agree with what I just said. But JL, the messenger, said,
yeah,
they're training you to be a slave.
To enjoy your servitude.
That's it.
Yeah.
Because if you not at the top of the pyramid,
you're a peasant.
You a peasant. You a slave.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. I was looking at the bosses today. They were all dressed up in their nice slacks and their nice gator shoes and their $60 ties and $150, $200 suits.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here saying, I would look good in a suit too, but can't go out and afford one because I gotta pay this light bill. I gotta pay this gas bill. I gotta pay this daycare bill and all this. And
it's expensive as hell.
Hell yeah. And I know a lot of people would say, well, if you worked your butt off and got to the top the way they did, but come on, let's look at the reality of where we are now in 2019.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Dealing with the currency of money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Education.
One of the most developed nations, bro. We got the highest rate of illiteracy in the world.
In the world.
In one of the most developed nations, bro. The average American, I was reading an article that said the average American is on like a 6th grade reading level.
Because kids can't calculate. Kids can't read because now phones could read for you. The phones do everything for you. Like, I was telling my kids, my son was like, oh, my backpack's heavy. And I said it just like that. I said, nigga, you lucky you wasn't in school when we had to, for one report where we had to go to the library and grab like 8 books.
Yeah.
Just to write a 1-page essay.
Yeah.
We couldn't go on the internet and be like, Google, tell me who Martin Luther King is.
Right.
Tell me what great accomplishments Whitney Houston or Oprah Winfrey accomplished or whatever. Like, it doesn't matter. If you wanted to learn about chakra, I don't care. You literally had your backpack was full.
Yeah.
Heavy.
Yeah.
And God forbid you had to walk home with that thing.
Yeah. It's true.
What? These kids are spoiled. They have tablets.
Bro. Too much toys, too much everything.
Oh my goodness.
There's no boundaries.
Bro. None.
You just reminded me, I was watching this this little clip on Facebook the other night. I can't remember if it was Denzel. No, it wasn't Denzel Washington. It was a college graduate of some sort, and he was talking about how obtaining a degree does not equate to intelligence. Having knowledge doesn't equate to intelligence. What he said, his definition of intelligence or an intellectual is someone who has a endless desire to learn. Doesn't mean you don't need to. I know people with college degrees that are not very bright. And then I know, not to toot my own horn, I'm a high school dropout, but I feel I'm fairly intelligent.
No, I agree, bro. Listen, I got people that push me, like, JJ, go back, get your GED. Then when you go do that, go to college and get this. And I understand these are all requirements that I need for the world to say he's approved.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I know, bro, exactly. You know how we are with our beliefs.
Yeah.
My God says he preordestined me before I was already born. He certified me and made a path for me directly before all this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So If my steps are ordered and I follow the steps of my belief system, then I should be okay. Then I should be like where he wants me to be, where God wants me to be. Like, I mean, like my mom and them used to always say this to me, and it used to always irritate me. Oh, I don't send you to school to fool around, which I got. Yeah. And you're gonna get older and this is the white man's world and they're not gonna give you nothing and da. Yeah. But you drilled that down my throat. Yeah. So many times. Yeah. It became my actual belief. Like, I'm not gonna make it in this world. Instead of teaching me how to get it.
It becomes part of your psyche.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. And that's part of critical thinking.
Yeah.
You know? I said I worked in schools, bro, and that's like, you know, we teach kids how to walk and talk, and then when they go to school, they tell them to sit down and shut up.
The same things our parents would do to us. Yeah. At home, instead of like my kids. Like we talked about teaching kids how to survive, if anything, survival skills. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that's the key thing you need.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, if I know how to get money on my own, then I don't have to worry about getting up, working a 7 to 3.
Right.
Every day of my life, 40 hours. Yeah. To just spend my check on a Friday in 2 hours. Yeah. And not even on myself. Right. Just to put it in somebody. Yeah. The man's pocket. Yeah. Uncle Sam's pocket.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And then at the end of the year, I'm doing $50,000 a year, and I only see $1,500 of what I worked for. So basically, are you not a slave?
It's irrefutable.
Are you not a slave?
It's irrefutable.
Can't nobody tell me, man, I'm lying. You can't tell me I'm babbling. And look at it.
It's not. It's true.
You not established to a point to where you have some sort of business operation going for yourself and you working for somebody else. You know what I mean? Don't look at it as a downfall. That's supposed to be a stepping stone.
Absolutely.
Not something that you be stuck in. I hate the fact that people are okay with working at McDonald's. Oh, I'm comfortable here. Dude, you're 40 years old. Right. With 5 kids. Yeah. How are you feeding your family on a McDonald's check? And you comfortable with that?
Complacency.
No, I can't see it. And like you, I know I have friends that go to college and graduated from college. You know what I'm saying? And I applaud them for their accomplishment. That's a goal. That's something you wanted to accomplish. But what was the next step after that? Right. You mean to tell me you spent almost $35,000 in tuition just to be sitting at home 6 months struggling to find a job? Yeah. And then on top of that, you work in this job, they taking taxes from you. Right. Now, if you don't pay your bill, but they what is that called? They stipend when they take money out of your check.
With not deferment.
I forget the name of it.
Garnishing
your wages. Yeah. So either way,
I'm still paying my stupid ass student loan.
Yo, it is crazy, bro. That's why my wife wanted to get a credit card. I said, hell no. Nah. Why?
Nah. Yeah.
Why would we put ourselves? We're already in debt without having all of that. Yeah. Why would we put ourselves in more debt? Because I'm gonna tell you, the more money you get, the more you're gonna spend. Especially being a person who hasn't had the opportunity. Yeah. To take care of self. Right. Man, I'm telling you right now, give me a $5,000 credit card. Yeah. I'm gonna go buy that scooter I want. Yep. But now that interest is gonna be like 18%.
Yep. Paying money that's what money is. It's debt.
Debt.
You know, you ever see that movie The Jerk?
Nah.
Steve Martin? Mm-mm. You gotta see it. It's an 80s movie.
What is that, on Netflix?
Yeah, I believe so. It could be on YouTube. But The Jerk, Steve Martin was he played this character. He was like raised by a black family or whatever, right? And he made this invention, some type of glasses where he invented, and he became wealthy off of it. He blew his money and wasted all his money on nonsense.
Cause he ain't never had nothing.
But he was sending a portion of his money to his family, and they were actually responsible with it. So when all his fortune was done and he was homeless sitting on the sidewalk, his family picked him up and they had like a nice limo, nice vehicle. Right. Because in that same scenarios can be depicted in society now. Like you said, you know, there's a lot of things that we fall victim to. Get a credit card and run it up on some stupid crap. Yep. Bunch of junk you don't even need. Not even being mindful.
So true, bro. You know? No, it's true because, all right, we from the city of New Britain. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not saying my city is the poorest city, but it's poor.
Yeah.
And it's depressing.
I'm from Hartford.
It's miserable.
The same scenario,
you know what I'm saying? You definitely go out there and see it. Like, it's so sad to look out these windows and just know, like, people are struggling to get somewhere.
Yeah.
But can't make it out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They're in pain. They frustrated.
And you got all these guys with billions and trillions of dollars.
And want more.
And want more.
And want more, bro.
Like, my back hurt, bro. Like, it's like I'm carrying the next man's family on my back and mine's is dying. Mm-hmm. That's literally how I feel.
Yeah.
Like, I hate the fact that I just can't go to Lake Compounds right now and buy my silver passes. I hate the fact that I have to schedule my money.
Yeah.
I have to put my money on my calendar.
Right.
Literally, bro. I have to put, like, I literally told my kids, okay, not this week, 2 weeks from now. Yep. 2 weeks from now. That's a whole month.
Yeah.
From now. That's half day summer.
Yeah.
All because daddy got to make sure you got a roof over your head. Daddy got to make sure you got hot water. Daddy got to make sure you got food to eat and clothes on your back.
Yeah.
Fun, we don't know what fun is.
Yeah.
Because we work so much. We work, like, I told my wife, man, I said, I'm trying to get this organization and everything in order and operational.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
it's tough.
Something always comes up.
It's like pouring water uphill.
Yo, it's ridiculous, bro. It's ridiculous.
And that slavery was never abolished. It was just modified to include everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yo, that's crazy because I'm going to say this, right? Yeah. Real quick before I have to go.
Yeah.
When he said slavery being modified and just making it look cooler, basically. That's like, you know what I mean? To make everybody on an equal level.
Yeah.
That's BS. Because there was when kids back then were acting up, we always said the white kids were the most troublesome.
Yeah.
Even though black kids were too.
Yeah.
But if our parents saw us out of line, they reshaped us. Yeah. To where if a white parent saw their kids acting up, it was just, oh, no, he's just being a kid. Yeah. So now, y'all want to put DCF in our homes, separate us just like y'all did back then.
Exactly.
But now y'all seeing that, oh, they complaining. Let's just do this. How many black kids you go see shoot up a damn school?
Yeah.
I've never heard of it. Anybody out there ever heard of it? Please correct me. Let me know if I'm wrong. So, you know, I could be aware of it. But far as I know, this is what was happening.
Yeah.
Now, the white people would say, oh, look at these Negroes. They killing each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy.
It is.
We may run up on a block and shoot one kid.
Right.
Your son just ran up in a school and shot 30.
Yeah. And not even to get on police brutality. That's a whole different
we definitely going to talk about that. I hate the fact that I have to cut this short because I got to go snag my wife, man.
What's up, man.
I mean, I got to get her a car or something, you know.
Yeah.
But,
you know, I respect you, though, bro. I commend you because of your honesty and your
Same to you, brother.
Your transparency and, like, you know, being a, you know, integral part of the community. You know, I mean, I met you at a
Made event.
Charity event, yeah. And
my man just came through. He got out of work, heard about it. I never met this guy in my life.
Right.
I say, yo, who's that tall dude standing by the door with the dreads? And my cousin Rose comes up to me. She says, oh, that's Scott. He wants to cut hair. And I said, how did he hear about us? He just walked by. Yeah. Went back to his crib, grabbed his clippers, came back in and said, yo, where can I set up to cut hair?
Yeah.
That was a divine connection.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And can I say that, my man, you go ahead and tell him, like, you know, he doesn't believe in God, and I'm okay with that. A lot of people wouldn't be okay with it, and I believe in God. But let me tell you something. I have more intellectual conversations and more exciting conversations with this brother than I actually do with Christians who actually go to church, who actually praise God. I could sit here with this brother. Yo, we sit on the phone for hours.
We talk about all type of stuff, man. I appreciate that.
You know what I mean? My hands are sweaty, so I'm going to dap you. It's hotter than fish grease out here right now, y'all. I'm still in my work clothes, but man, you know, it's truly a blessing, man, to be amongst good people. And I want everybody to understand this before we take off. Understand something. I don't care what religion or what background you come from. If you for the people, be for the people.
That's it.
Get with people that are like-minded for the people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's too much of this segregating and separating this and separating that. That's why nothing is being completed because it's too much
division. Too much division.
It's the main problem in this world right now, man.
That's the key word in community is unity. You know?
If you take, absolutely.
You know? And that's deep. You know, with that said, though, you know what I'm saying? I got
I'm gonna leave it right
there. I got love for everybody. You know, drink some water. It's hot out.
Yes.
Drink some water. Eat some fruits and vegetables. You know,
and we're going to talk about that, too, because he is a vegan. So for all you vegan lovers, we're going to have a segment for y'all where he'll just personally break down certain things and enlighten y'all on you know, the health causes of all that. You know,
veganism is not a diet. It's more of a lifestyle, but we could talk about that another subject.
I'm with it, man. Listen, it's your boys, JL the Messenger, Scott, the Sharpshooters. We aim for truth.
Absolutely.
Keep that name ringing in your ears, man. Sharpshooters.
Yeah.
We aim for truth.
Hug your family, man. Hug your kids. Hug your wife, your family, your mom, your pops, whoever. Give your family, whoever's next to you. Tell them
love on them hard, man.
That's it.
Love on them hard. And we love y'all, man. Peace and love.
No doubt.